Good morning everyone and welcome back to another Dorset vlog. Yesterday I was supposed to vlog as well, but we had terrible weather. It literally rained the entire day. So I only vlogged a little bit when we went down to the pub last night for dinner. It's called The Fox Inn. It's about a 15-minute walk away from our B&B. It was so lovely. Again, like everything down here in Dorchester, it is giving cottagecore vibes to the max. Paul ordered the beef burger and I ordered the fish and chips. They were dog friendly, they were so lovely, and it just got us out of the house a little bit. So it was very much needed to head out. Yesterday we also had a little bit of a debacle with the pre-orders. I learned that because of a warehouse error, all 700 Waterstones pre-orders that were sent out early, and you will have seen in the last vlog if you watched it, me going into the Waterstones before I knew this to sign a copy, they will now not count towards the bestseller list, which is devastating. The bestseller list is arbitrary. You know, at the best of times, it only counts from certain bookstores. It only counts on that first week. So this Saturday, the 24th, until the 1st of June is what will count for me as the first week of sales, which is why most books publish on a Tuesday, because it gives you the most time possible to get sales. So with those 700 pre-orders, we were above the threshold based on previous weeks to make the list. Without them, we're not. So last night I was angry, devastated. I've worked for like the last year to build up that pre-order list, and readers pre-ordered in good faith, thinking it would help me. And because of this error, it's fucked everything up. But today I'm trying to be very positive about it. By the time this vlog goes out, the book will be out. So if you want to go grab a copy, just go grab it wherever, and it doesn't matter anymore. And for career longevity and stuff, like, I'm just happy books have found their way to readers regardless. But making a bestseller list and being able to call yourself a Sunday Times bestseller is a huge career moment and a career goal of mine. And I was gunning for it. And there's nothing to say it might not still happen. You know, depending on how many we sell on publication week, we might still sneak on, which would be great. But I think mentally I will still be adding on 700 copies to whatever total we end up with to know what I should have got, if that makes sense. And this has only affected UK lists. It's not affecting anything in the US. But anyway, today we are heading out to Corfe Castle. It is a beautiful sunny day. I cannot wait to go out. We're potentially then going to go into Swanage Village. I have an interview with the Mirror at 2 p.m, and which I can do from out and about perhaps. And then I'm not really sure what we're going to do, but it's a lovely day. I'm excited to explore. It's the last day before we head to London tomorrow for signings and my lunch dinner, and the tour properly kicks off tomorrow. So I think we're going to enjoy mooching around and maybe a bit of relaxing as well. So we have made it to Corfe Castle. I'm actually really glad we got here for opening, because we got here literally 10:05 and the car park is already almost completely full. It's gotten very busy very quickly. But apparently we pay for parking there. I think it was £5 for 4 hours. And then we come just across the street and we have to do like a 10-minute little walk now up to the castle, and then we can pay for our tickets up at the castle. And I did check online, and this whole National Trust property is very dog friendly, so the dog is allowed in obviously the grounds of the castle, in the tea rooms, everywhere, which I think is fantastic. And I believe the entrance fee per person, I think it's £14 each, so we'll pay that up there. It's a cute little walk though. Nice and shaded with the trees, especially when it's, although there's a bit of a breeze today, but it's still quite warm. Get a little glimpse of the castle from here. So the castle is very much a ruin to anyone who was expecting like a intact castle. That's not the vibe of today. It's kind of giving like Harrenhal from Westeros maybe, with like the towers. They look like they've melted a little bit, but I'm sure it's like the salt air potentially. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see with the angle here, but like this wall is like this. It's like almost falling. Okay, we have made it. We have made it. Okay, let's grab our tickets. Ball's going where he belongs. I'm enjoying this just a little bit too much. Whiskey! Have you got your head in the stocks? Have you got your head in the stocks? What have you done? He's like, I stole all the balls and all the cheese. Yes, I did. So I assume this part was like once the outer wall and it's all collapsed. And I guess they're trying to save some of it with all this construction, I guess. I think we're going to try and have a bit of a look around while it's still quiet, and then I'll get out like the little guide and maybe give you guys a bit of info. Ah, so they actually excavated this after it was gifted to the National Trust. This was a third tower. Okay. I don't think Whiskey's ever been in a castle before.
Is this a sign that was still up on the...
This seems safe. This is where you guys can see that. I'm sure it's sturdy or they wouldn't let you in, right? What have you found? So I think this castle was built in the 11th century, which is really quite impressive. And it's saying here that this is the gatehouse that we're standing in. And in 1207, during the reign of King John, 11 French miners and masons were sent here to work on the bank of the ditch. What I'll do is I'll film some of these little boards, and if you want to read more, feel free to pause the screen. It's a little peephole down here. You can see out onto that drawbridge, or what was a drawbridge, I imagine. I mean, it's quite a view over the surrounding landscape. It's very pretty. And I think potentially people who don't want to pay to get into the National Trust property might be able to climb that hill and get a viewpoint. Or maybe you still need to pay to get in that way. Don't take my word for it. Just missed the little steam train. I think that steam train goes from here to Swanage, I think. I heard someone say something about that. I don't know if we're going to do it, but look at this view from up here. It is gorgeous. Look at that. You see this old church as well that's down here. It's giving Wessex, which makes sense because we're in Wessex, but you know what I mean, like if you watch Vikings and stuff. Oh, husband and dog have escaped. What is this place we're standing in? The old hall. The herringbone, oh, you can't see the thing. The herringbone masonry on the south wall is all that survives of the old hall, built in 1086 for William the Conqueror. Okay, this place has a lot of history and is built earlier than I thought. It was originally a rectangular freestanding building, one of the largest in England. Okay. What are you doing to this dog? Whiskey, are you sitting on something that was built almost 1,000 years ago? Yeah, you have no idea. So if there's one thing I always think about when I come to old places like this, is the lives of people who like stood here before and touched these very same stones and looked at this, maybe not the very same landscape because it was 1,000 years ago, but a similar landscape to this, and just, yeah, it makes you feel very small and a little bit insignificant, but in the best way. Okay, we're gonna go up here now. It does look so impressive. I almost wish that I could like edit on like is it called a schematic? Is that what you call it? Like to superimpose what it should have looked like. Ooh. Impressive. Life around the castle. Blacksmiths, fletchers, falconers, stonemasons, women. Oh, that annoys me.
What?
Who did what? You got blacksmiths, fletchers, falconers, stonemasons, women. Women is not a job. Yes, you're right. Women is a severely underpaid job. And that's why I wrote about a medieval fantasy female main character who is a blacksmith and a healer. Because she can do it all. Whiskey, this is not the time for some parkour. What are you doing? Really? Whiskey. It's so cool. It's like an old archway. I love that. That's so cute. A bunch of peregrine falcons moved in the 2020 lockdown, ousting the ravens from their nest. Okay, here we have a little schematic of what it used to look like, slightly. Wow, this is what it looked like in 1955 compared to 2023. They really had so much excavation to do. That's really interesting. They've done so much work on it. If you are planning on visiting, I would say come early. Come for opening, because there's lots of like tour groups and stuff, and this is really nice and peaceful at the moment. Now we're up here, we can like walk around and actually have space, but I have a feeling in like 30 minutes to an hour it's gonna be mobbed. This dog, you don't know how good your life is, honestly. Look at this dog. It's like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like this, it's so tall. That's really cool. But this is still intact.
Yeah.
After all this time.
Hello, sweetheart.
Like, I know some bits obviously are like really crumbling, but some of it is still so well preserved. Nice little viewpoint. I can never tell if these were supposed to be windows or if they've just like collapsed. Oh wow, I love this. You can still see like the old actual arches that have been preserved. Okay, this is gorgeous. Okay, this is, I honestly cannot believe like for how long ago this was made. Like if you see the actual carved archways that are completely preserved. Like I imagine this was like an internal archway, do you think? Because it looks like it extended that way. And they would have walked through this on the inside of the castle.
It's crazy that we already knew 1,000 years ago how to
construct
in America,
it.
they're still doing it out of cardboard.
Oh, the Americans aren't going to like that in the comments. I'm just so impressed by this. So impressive. So this is about as close as you can get to the archway I'm obsessed with and kind of get a feel as to what it might have been like to walk. I don't know if this was I imagine this was inside the castle. Had to have been. And then this would have been like a lower floor.
Hello.
Hello. You, my Prince Charming, come to rescue me from the tower.
Throw food scraps, please.
Throw food scraps. Alright, where is the husband gone? Let's find him. There's a doggy! And there's a husband. What are they doing? Oh, they're peeking.
Small.
It's too small. Where's my my baby dog, there he is! There he is! So it must not have fallen into disrepair until, well, I want to say recently, it's still like 500 years, but not terribly long ago. If Elizabeth I, was that Elizabeth I? They just said Elizabeth, I'm assuming it's that, sold it, and this is like a little thing of what it would look like, and you can kind of tell actually that that's what it looked like if you know, use a little bit of an imagination. So come down from the castle, as you can see the weather is turning slightly. It's not supposed to be as nice this afternoon.
Trebuchet.
Trebuchet. Ooh. Originated in China about 5,000 years ago, but they were used in England when King Louis of France attacked King John at Dover Castle. It's really impressive that this one was apparently designed and built by National Trust volunteers. There's a little second-hand bookshop in here. That's so cute. Okay, let's go to the tea room. Although, like, even though the castle's really impressive, this little village right beside it as well is, yeah, I don't know, everything here is just so pretty. Now, if there is one thing my husband loves, it is a gift shop. I feel like your mum would like these. Book of scones, book of cakes. You flick through the inside, see what's in it, because I assume it'll just be lots of different flavoured scones. Yeah. I mean, your mum loves baking. I feel like she would try the recipes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I quite like these little prints of swanage. You know, I'm a sucker for a good mug. And they also have the mug in this lovely green colour as well, and like a little picture. They look really nice together on a table. I think these soaps would also make a really nice little gift. They've got lemon and bergamot, lavender and oat milk, rose and geranium. It's really nice.
So you could just walk around and just...
What do you do with it? But what is it? Oh, wildflower seeds. Oh. You always find the best like niche books in these stores. They have more really nice mugs, like a Corfe Castle one and then a Dorset one. Some nice little collectible tins. These gift shops always make very good souvenirs. I cannot get away with how like aesthetically pretty this village is. Shall we go down this way? Have a little look. Well, this is a cafe.
I'm hungry.
Well, there's cafe in here. We want to go and have a look and see if we can get you some food in the cafe. Sure, we can find you some here. Why don't we walk down to the end and then come back and get you lunch? Let's do that. Let's do that.
The car you're gonna get me.
Babe, is that an Aston Martin? Ah, it's my dad's favorite car.
You look a little bit like James Bond.
I mean, you could get away with it. If I get rich, I will buy you whatever car you want. And you'll never have to work again. Apart from being my cameraman and my chauffeur. Those are two jobs you will... My lover. That's so disgusting. I wonder if there's anywhere that tells you when this village was built. Like all of the houses and stuff. Because obviously the castle existed first. And then they'll build a village. But like all of these buildings also look incredibly old. Like I would maybe say, I don't know, 16th century? Maybe some of them? Like look, you stand amongst history, babe.
What?
You look enormous compared to like all of these houses. Like go stand beside this door. Babe, just stand beside this. You're far too big for these little things. His head is like touching the ceiling. We've come to the bakery because the other place is way too expensive. The bakery looks good.
Do you want a sausage? Kijk. Do you want a sausage? Let's get you a little sausage. Yeah, you're on holiday. Mummy's gonna get a steak bake and you can get a sausage.
There's a steak bake over there with my name on it. Okay, if anyone is visiting Corfe Castle and you're looking for somewhere to eat food, go to the village bakery. It's located right on the square. You would think that it was expensive, but we just got a baguette, a steak bake, a single sausage for the dog, a fruit scone, and a Lipton iced tea for £9. And the place we were considering having lunch, it was £10.90 just for a baguette. So yeah, I would highly recommend just go to the village bakery because you're going to get so much more for your money. and it all looked really nice and fresh. We haven't eaten it yet. Could be terrible, but doubt it. I also massively stand by what I said earlier, and if you're coming here, come early, because we just looked up at the castle now and it looks really busy. So I think we definitely had the right idea coming early, because a lot of the walkways, especially up at the castle, are really cramped. So if you want to be able to have like a good look around in some peace and quiet, get here for opening. Look at him. What you doing? What was that? You doing a balancing act? So we are currently on the pathway to see Old Harry Rocks, which looks like
Hazel,
this. What?
are you Cliff's Edge? Because you look quite unstable to me.
Well, you've got the dad jokes down. Actually parked in, I think it's called South Beach car park, which I think is the closest one to this walk. And it says it's going to be a 30-minute walk to the viewpoint and then 30-minute walk back, which might interfere a little bit with my interview with the Midder at 2. I'm taking work from anywhere, work remotely, to the extreme today. I might just have to park up on a verge, put my headphones in and do it on my phone. Hoping I get signal, but we'll see. But it doesn't look to be too difficult to walk actually. I thought because it was a cliff path we would be like climbing quite a bit, but it looks quite flat. This is what it looks like. The car park was full, but I think it was mostly full of people who were visiting the beach. Most of the beaches around here are similar to pretty much everywhere. Between May and September, you're not allowed to take your dogs on them. I know that there's select beaches you're still allowed, but I think the main beaches you're not. Okay, I don't even know if you guys can hear me, but we've emerged off of the path there, and I think we can almost see the rocks. I think the official viewpoint's up there, but as I thought, it's very windy up here. See? Look at that, what do your elf eyes see?
Okay, the person swimming.
Person swimming. It looks really nice for swimming. The water is super clear. It's really pretty. Wonder if you could see any seals or something. There's so many sailboats out today. If you look all the way around, you look back down towards Swanage. A little inlet area from the main path. It's not super obvious, so there's no one here. And I think I'm just going to sit here and do my interview for the Midder. The dog can maybe take a little snooze in the shade. Paul's going to go and fly the drone. So I have finished my interview. She was lovely. She was so nice, like really personable, really easy to chat to. I feel like sometimes you can have interviews with journalists who are very like stoic, straight-faced, maybe even like fishing for something, I don't know. But she was lovely, really, really nice. So if those interviews have already come out online somewhere, I'll link them in the description if anyone's interested. There's also going to be a lot of podcast interviews coming out, probably around about the week that this vlog goes up too. I'll try and link them as well. But we are now walking back to the car. I actually think it's going to rain. If you have a look here, you'll see that the clouds are kind of coming in a little bit. So if that is the case, we're heading back to the car. We're gonna go past either like a Tesco or something. You found one?
Is this a store?
Yeah, I think we'll go and grab something for dinner and maybe lunch tomorrow as well, that I can make us a little packed lunch because tomorrow we're traveling. And then we'll go back to the B&B and chill. I think the dog is ready for a sleep. Okay, we are back at the B&B now. and I think I'm actually going to have a shower, take all my makeup off, get into some comfies. I have some worky bits to do. A lot of emails came through today, and I have a Zoom call with my editor and the head of marketing at 4:30, so in half an hour. So I should just have enough time to get like my hair washed and changed and then come back down here and do that.
Are you so tired after your big day? You did so much walking. I think you need a nap. You had like a 20-minute power nap in the car, but I think you're still a little bit sleepy.
I haven't really shown much of the B&B in this vlog. If you want to see it when it was slightly less messy, check out the last vlog, but I've really liked it. Paul's just playing his video games. I'll leave the details to this place in the description as well. But it's really been perfect for us, like full kitchen, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, big couch, big TV. Can't complain. I'm just heading up. I've claimed this bedroom. Yes, we have been sleeping in separate bedrooms while we've been here just because Paul has developed a bad habit of snoring. And the next few B&Bs that we're staying in are very small. So my Dutch husband is 6'3". So sharing a bed with him is difficult at the best of times. So I have escaped to this lovely attic bedroom, which I'll show you. Here it is, like the rest of Dorchester. It is very cottagecore vibes. It has an ensuite with a shower and then all of this lovely space. I haven't really bothered unpacking. Everything is just open on the floor because I have space for that. Shower time, and you guys don't get to see that. I also got woken up by the cows on this farm this morning, but there's definitely worse ways to wake up. I don't know if you can hear them now. Were you having a little nap? Were you having a little nap? So I have had my shower. I have also had my meeting, which went really well. I mean, I love my team, and obviously they're both furious on my behalf and furious for themselves, quite honestly, because they've put in so much work for this release as well. Like it's unfair to everyone. But we've all kind of agreed, like, we need to stay positive. Like tomorrow I'm going into London to sign all of the Goldsborough special editions and standard signed editions, and then we're going to publishing house to sign the copies for Forbidden Planet and any other indie stores that have them, and then we're all going to dinner to like celebrate the launch. And if we allow this to negatively impact all the amazing things that we have to look forward to, it's not going to be great. So we're annoyed about it. We're bitter about it. There's been a lot of angry voice notes on all of our behalfs between us and everyone. But yeah, now we're kind of going to attempt to like draw a line. And they were very vocal about like, just because we've lost those 700 copies doesn't mean you're not going to be a bestseller. Like there's still a chance. Like we might still make up enough copies on release week that you'll be a bestseller, and it's also not your only chance ever in your career to make it happen, because you know there's other stuff in the works. There's also the paperback coming out, there's book 2. You just never know. So yeah, massive thank you to every reader who has purchased, who's reading it, who's talked about it, because you guys really do make the world of difference. And I can't wait to share everything from this next week coming with all of you, because the next vlog you guys are going to see next Sunday is going to be my day in London signing from tomorrow, and that's like when the tour properly kicks off. So there's a lot of content coming your way. Make sure you're also following me on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm Hazel McBride Author on both of those channels, so you don't miss out.